All right, hey there, Capricorn Sun, Capricorn Moon, Capricorn Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most positive way possible. And today I'm dealing with Mercury in retrograde big time, so I apologize because I know that it keeps glitching, but there is nothing, literally nothing to be done about it except for wait for, it to go direct and then out of shadow. It goes direct on the 8th of March. Yay! And then out of shadow. So we also get to change our clocks on the 8th of March. So I'm looking for the 8th of March for so many reasons. I guess it's March 9th when it goes direct. Either way. All right. So I'm going to do the 9-card spread. And we'll go ahead and turn the camera down so you don't have to look at the discombobulation of voice and... wow. Okay, this looks interesting too. All right, so, Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay, let's see here. All right, so Capricorn, thoughts, feelings, actions, past, present, future, and then I signed Lenormand houses to each one, and I think I'm gonna have to go to the book a lot for you here because there's a few things that are a little confusing to me. Using the Viceversa tarot, which is really very cool. Oh, look at this. So your overall energy, which is really interesting because the top card here we have this energy of apathy, but it is being overwhelmed by the Sun card. Now this Sun card is not the Sun card that you normally see. This is like the Sun in reverse. But this Sun in reverse says that I know that there are issues and there are problems and there are walls and there are obstacles. And I know there are things that happen. And yet, we have the wisdom of the unicorn here. Oh, maybe it's not a unicorn, just a big old ear. But the sun is going to come out tomorrow. And I know it'll be okay and it will be fine. And so even though everything is not super bright and sunshiny, it is not bad. And so that is actually pretty good. There's a few things that are a little... Let's just see what we get here. So the key to the situation is this. This need to feel balanced out in the public space, though. This is public space arena of being balanced. Like, I want everybody to see that I got my stuff going on here. So your perception, maybe not necessarily how you feel inside, is you need the world right now to view you as being under control. Like, I got this. I can do this. And look at me. I've got a lot to show you. And you feel like you're on display for people. Now, Pisces happens for you in your 3rd house of communication. And so it makes sense that as you're communicating out into the world, that you're trying to appear to be in control and in balance. And that's not a bad thing, but it's really important. It's in your heart space. It's also the key to the situation. So it's really important to you that even though things might not be super bright and sunshiny, that you feel pretty good about things. So in the recent past, we have this hangman. But the hangman here, we have the reversed hangman. See, this is the hangman you're used to seeing. And when it's in the reverse, it's like you're still hung up there, right? But you're seeing things differently and you are looking deep inside, and it's the mysticism of it. It's like, what were the lessons that I was supposed to learn? What was I supposed to understand by being in this position here? This change in perspective. I've hung here from day into night. And now as the stars come out and I look at the stars a little differently, I look at my life lessons a little differently, and I'm figuring some stuff out. And so the key to the situation is selecting which one you're going to take to go forward. And you have 3 opportunities, but one of them is lit up. See that? It's on fire. It's on fire with the creative energy. It is the one that lights you up, that brings the balance. See this orb right here of the yin and the yang that he's holding in his hand as he's looking at the orb of the sun? Something lights you up from within and shines the light on you, and I think you see what it is now. And so selecting that one, that's the one that you use to move forward with. That is how you create what it is that you want to create. In the recent past, there's this 2 of Cups here, and this 2 of Cups, this Two of Cups is the one of we've overcome a lot and we've gone through a lot and look what we've managed to accomplish. But there's some anxiety over this. This is in the house of the mice, and the mice, there's like this anxiety of are we in balance? Did we figure it out? And this need to feel publicly balanced. So for some of you, this communication and everything, this is going on in your with maybe a relationship where you're like, the sun will come out tomorrow. I know that there's difficulties and I've been a little anxious about the difficulties, but I feel really bonded, but I don't want anyone to know anything's wrong. And so there's this need, this perception to show the world that everything is in balance, even though you don't necessarily feel that way. What's really interesting, though, is here is the Temperance card in the place of the heart. Do you see in the background right here? That's the gallows. But he's down. He's not hanging in trying to get another perspective now. So now we have the wisdom of the angel and the temperance coming from that. We have the eagle that can fly high and see things from a higher perspective, and we have the courage of the lion and their ability to get along. And so there's a lot happening there. There's a need to balance wisdom and courage. Put those together, the need to move things forward and stay in balance. This reading has so much to do with balance. So much from changing perspective and finding the right balance. What's interesting here is that you have this, the Five of Swords in the area of your thoughts. And someone has set down their swords and has walked away. So this is either the one guy saying, it's not worth the fight and I'm out of here. Or the other guy saying, I won, but I'm not going to attack you and I'm going to let you keep your dignity and walk away. So there is a situation where night has fallen on it and it is over, it is done. And somebody is walking away from the anxiety, the anxiousness, the difficulties and the challenges in their head of the Five of Swords. Here we have the Eight of Swords as an obstacle, like really being stuck in your own head, trying to meditate and find your way out of that. So there is this energy of really being stuck right here, but that's in the past. Currently, it is about selecting the one that lights you up, that fires you up, because you can create whatever you want. And what's interesting here is that, you know, the magician has everything he needs on his table, right? He has everything he needs. But this one, the only thing you see here, you don't, well, I guess you see the cup. You still see the cup of emotions, of what fires him up on an emotional level, and the wand. The wand. So selecting that which fires you up, which gets you excited to move forward. And here we finish with this cup of gratitude being offered. Like her cups, the cups like is on sitting there on the table of the right here. The cup. Okay? It has now become 3. And so there's this abundance of emotional energy. There's this abundance of emotions. And don't forget to be grateful for what is occurring here. So this thing that lights you up, that's exciting, that's creative, it's also emotionally satisfying. And so here, this Two of Cups, it could be a relationship, but it could be about what is emotionally fulfilling for you. You know, what is it that really makes you feel good? Because other than this, there's nothing really here that says anything that this is a love reading. This feels to me more like a creative project reading. And you might have a partnership in this, or that might be you partnering with your higher self. So for some of you, it's one thing. For others of you, I feel like for the majority of you, this has more to do with like a creative business venture that you're working on. For some of you, though, this is having worked through some difficult times, because we do have somebody walking away, working through some difficult times in a relationship, and it could be a friendship. It's in also because third house is about siblings, so that kind of a relationship. So part of your soul family. It could be a friend who's like family that you've had some difficulty, some harsh words, and, you know, do you let them walk away with their dignity intact or not? You know, how do you do that? who says, okay, this isn't worth the fight to me and I'm just out of here. Like, I don't have time for this crap, you know, so there's some of that going on too. All right. Woo. All right. Cards flying all over. So we have here, learn from spiritual experience. That's the meditation, that's seeing things from a different perspective. Learn from spiritual experience. So what are you picking up from your thoughts and feelings? And we also have learning by the book coming up here in the heart space. So there was a lot to learn. So listening to your intuition, listening to your spiritual guidance, but also looking things up. And then we have motivation. We have motivation, and that's what this feels like. What fires you up? It says motivation. When spring approaches, you are urged to spring into action if there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, just hanging there in the balance thinking about it, then it's time to get busy and to do it, to get down off the gallows and to start moving forward, to start taking the action, to start creating. This is the preparing to create. This is creating. So it is doing the work. It is creating. As above, so below. What you think about, what you focus on, you will create. What you focus your time and attention on. And remember, this is the year where your focused attention, or lack thereof, is what you're going to create, right? And so Saturn really likes that continual, disciplined action. And I have to say, Capricorn, that this past week or so has been really, really hard with to be motivated to do anything with Mars sitting on top of, you know, the South Node. I mean, oh my gosh, it's been like slogging through mud. One day I got up, I took a shower, and I'm like, oh my God, that exhausted me, and I went back to bed. I didn't get my videos out last week. I couldn't manage, right? I'm a Capricorn rising. I couldn't manage what was going on because of the energy. That's okay. I was told not to worry about it and that everybody's doing that. So I'm telling you, that's okay. But moving forward now, we're talking March 1st through the 18th of March. Now is the time to select your wand and start moving forward. So while you were relaxing, you needed it. So don't worry about that. Now it's the time. So we have here safe and surrounded by love. Keep your heart open and know that you are being protected. Listen to what you know to be true and allow yourself to see and understand what is really going on around you. That is this energy right here. That is the great teacher spirit energy. You know, be open to learning. It says every step counts. Remember that disciplined action, continuous. There is an advantage to taking things slowly. Breathe deeply and fully as you consider your options. Just be moving forward, even if it's at basically a snail's pace, right? And then we have polite declaration. You can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there, claim what is yours, and stay in your power. That's what this is. The polite declaration. I'm in charge of my life, and I'm going for what I need, right? So you can move in whatever direction you need to accomplish your goals. It is time for you to get out there and claim what is yours and stay in your power. And part of that staying in your power is don't forget to express your gratitude. There are opportunities going to be brought to you. So yes, it might feel like the sun's a little muted. It might feel like it's not really bright and sunny yet. But, you know, this is the sunrise and the sun is coming up. Okay? The sun is coming up at the end. You know, there's cycles, right? And so if you've been feeling a real lack of motivation, it looks like motivation is here for you. Just focus on what lights up your heart. That's where you're going to know what to do. That is where you're going to know where to put your time and your effort and your energy. And so we have ground yourself. I'm not surprised that this card came out for you at all. In fact, when I picked up the deck today, I felt like Capricorn was going to get ground yourself. There is this need to stay very grounded when you are an earth sign, to stay very much a part of Mother Earth, you know, and to stay centered and breathe, Okay, just breathe. And yes, if you're a little exhausted and you can't really accomplish anything, you can at least sit down and make a list of what you're going to do when you have a little more energy. It's at least something, right? It's a little something every day. All right, you take care of yourselves. I look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks. When we see what's going on with Aries, I have a feeling that that sun is going to come up on Aries and we're going to be motivated. So get ready for it. All right, you take care. We'll talk soon.